Video game soundtracks are amazing. From classical tunes to hype-inducing masterpieces, video game music can create a sense of emotion inside of you that can really take you and immerse you in the world you're experiencing. They can create a very long-lasting impact in the player, and end up being stuck in their minds for ages until they either find another one that replaces it, or they either put the song in their brain library of video game songs to remember. There's songs meant for every occasion, from peaceful tunes made to make you feel relaxed and chill, to more chaotic pieces that are meant to put you in a state of alert. But today, we'll be talking about those pieces that were made to accompany the most important moments in a game. Those moments in which all or nothing could be decided between the protagonist and the antagonist of a game. Final boss fights. I'm Emilio. You can call me Emmy or Ema if you like, and I'll be here to talk to you about the most breathtaking final boss theme songs in video game history.
According to me.
If you have any other video game final boss theme songs you'd like to mention, you can do so in the comment section below. And maybe, just maybe, I might take it into account and use it for a future vid. Also, watch out for major spoilers that will be discussed and shown in this video. Oh, and one last thing. I recommend you go and listen to these songs by yourself, since I'll be talking through most of them. But without further ado, let's wolf this. Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. It is that game, the hack and slash game that really put the standard for me when it comes to final boss theme songs. The music for this game is really indeed something amazing. It is like a combination of both metal with synths that really go well with the game and its theme of androids and AIs. Gameplay wise, the game is incredible, having one of the best sword fighting controls and the most hype inducing quick time events. And the story, well, it is a Metal Gear game. I mean, just take a look at this and tell me just how insane this is.
Stop that plane! Get in! Get in! Swing it wide open!
To me, it really is one of those games that you should definitely play if you're a fan of the hack and slash genre. The game and its story is filled with lots of epic and even funny moments that honestly just make me remember this game fondly. One of those moments that really stuck with me, and I say this proudly, was the final boss battle, of course.
Slippery little bastard! I don't have time for this.
That right there is my boy Senator Armstrong, the final boss of this game, and quite possibly the most badass politician you'll ever get to fight. Oh, by the way, that's Raiden right there. He's supposed to be a
Fighting robot!
To give you some context before I show you the song, the end fight sees Raiden, the main protagonist of the game, facing Senator Armstrong, a middle-aged senator from the state of Colorado whose main objective was to basically turn the United States into a chaotic unrest with a war that would end all wars, and thus start a new beginning where every man, woman, and children are able to fight for their own wars. He even gives you a speech about it before the main fight.
I'm using war as a business to get elected! In my new America, people will die and kill for what they believe! Not for money, not for oil! Not for what they're told is right. Every man will be free to fight his own wars!
His full speech sounds quite radical, but his intentions can, in a way, make you be sympathetic to him, though his methods are not good at all as seen throughout the game. He's indeed a very ridiculous and over-the-top boss, being completely insane at the point where you meet him in the story since he's infused himself with nanomachines, rendering him literally invincible. So after finishing kicking Raiden's ass and destroying his own giant mech, Armstrong puts them both into their final location, and you, the cyber ninja that you are tasked to defeat them in a battle to death. And as soon as both characters are seen getting ready to fight and put on their stances to once and for all decide who the victor is, this plays.
Okay. Let's dance.
Damn man, that was fucking amazing. This song really captures the hype of finally being at the end of it all, knowing full well that one must go down. From the strong drum hits to the impeccable sound of the guitars and the synthetic sounds. It all flows so well to create an intense track that sees these two fighting to the end. The lyrics of the song are an incredible bonus too, since as the wiki for this game says, they cover the personal admission, almost the apology that the singer and their opponent have to fight against each other, even though there's little fault of their own or even any real reason for fighting. Undoubtedly, this song is not only a kick-ass song to have a workout with, but also a song with some amazing in-context lyrics that speak about the similarities between these two characters and how they come to understand their motivations. Indeed, a phenomenal song from a great game.
Don't fuck with this, Senator!
Okay, if you've never played Bayonetta, you honestly should right on this moment. Bayonetta is another hack and slash game that I'm a huge fan of. The game itself is really good when it comes to both gameplay and story. As I mentioned with Metal Gear Rising, this game has pure fucking amazing hack and slash game. Like, you're pretty much fighting with combos and everything, and this game nails it. This game nails it 100%. Be it the witch time or the many weapons they let you use or whatever, this game does it well. And Bayonetta herself was quite fun, of course. I mean, she's like the female Dante after all. There's many ridiculous moments in the game, and they all have a very fantastical feel to them. If you thought Metal Gear Rising was being a little too fantastical with their story, then get ready, cause Bayonetta is pretty much that but on steroids and without any regards to stop. From angels to demons and witches, Bayonetta has pretty much everything to leave you with your mouth open. And that includes the final boss theme song, of course. During the last part of the game, Bayonetta, the main character of the game, gets kidnapped by Baldur, the secondary antagonist of the game, to awaken the great deity known as Jubileus by imprisoning Bayonetta in Jubileus' right eye.
May Jubileus the Creator grace all its creations.
But thanks to John, a secondary character and former antagonist of the story, Bayonetta is freed from the eye and is able to escape and stop Jubileus from reaching her full power. Now that the Umbra Witch is free, she is able to fight out what's left of Jubileus and save the world from utter destruction. And what better way to do that than with this masterpiece of a song, The Greatest Jubilee. The song itself is sheer beautifulness, perfectly exemplifying the boss you're fighting with its chorus and intense piano parts, letting you know you're dealing against a literal god. Plus, the overall way in which the piece connects so well with each other, going from the build-up the more relaxed part of the song. And what I consider to be the best part of the song, the explosion of inspiration that resurges right around the ending of the first loop of the song. It really makes you imagine a sort of heroic feat when listening to it. And to me, that makes it a phenomenal song. It really gets your mind flowing. And that right there is creative fuel to me. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Dark Souls even. Wait a second. Yep, Dark Souls. I mean, what else can be said about this game and its music that hasn't already been said? I played this game around 2014, back when it was given for free with the Games with Gold program. And to my surprise, I have been given one of the best games that I have personally been able to play and experience. From the innovative gameplay and storytelling, this game brought a full table of things that would soon turn into an entire genre. I even still remember the first time I played the game, like if it was yesterday. I went in blind and without any guides. I got stuck with the gargoyles, suffered through Blighttown, went to Anor Londo, collected the Lord Souls, and put them in the Lord Bissell and opened the giant doors. And with that, I could finally end my character's journey and either prolong the Age of Fire or start the Age of Dark. But before you're able to do that, you will indeed encounter Wynn, the Lord of Cinder who sacrificed himself to link the First Flame and keep the Age of Fire going. When you meet him, you'll find him in a not so good state. He's seen better days, and is now hollow, debilitated, just there for you to finish him off. This is both a sad and climactic boss fight that sees the player taking out an already defeated god who wanted to continue its run of illusions. There's not even a cutscene when you first play the fight. It's just you and him. And the music does a perfect job in transmitting that to you. It is a solemn and very sorrowful piece, one that even through some of its notes can express such a broken feeling. Take a listen to how some of the notes in this portion of the song sound. But yeah, Gwen's theme song is one that does not even need to be energetic to be amazing. Really, the main thing about it is that it can hit you too well in the feels. Just like a parry to the crotch. Wait, Asriel, what are you doing here? Oh, Hopes and Dreams? Heck yeah, that's a kick-ass song. Play that shit right now. Hopes and Dreams from Undertale. Seriously, if you haven't heard about this game before, then you must have been living under a rock for around 5 years, because this game took the internet by surprise back in 2015 thanks to its ridiculous and heartwarming humor and its phenomenal storytelling. And the soundtrack ain't no exception to that rule. I know people say Megalovania is the best song, but hey, who am I to judge? Being one of the most brilliant games of our time, Undertale made phenomenal use of the 4-wall break, which gave it what is now its most notable mechanic. With it, the game created the most complex parts of the story and the craziest ending seen in a video game. During the ending of the pacifist run of the game, you were to fight Flowey, the flower that had been secretly following you throughout the entire game and has now kidnapped all of your friends. You first fight them in their Omega form, or Photoshop form as the game calls it. That alone is a crazy fight unto itself. But then after passing through the true lab and learning the truth about Alfie's experiments and Flowey's origin, you find yourself with all of the characters you befriended and discover that the flower that had been your enemy throughout the entire game was in fact the son of Asgore and the fallen human's adopted brother. That plot twist is enough to shock you, but then couple that with the presentation that the battle gives you and this absolute banger of a song, and you get yourself a memorable final boss battle, worthy of a howl of approval. Not only is the song incredible, but the way in which they make that slight combination of making the song match what is going on the screen and then you see the colors going, to me, that is the best part of it all. The first time it happens to you, it really does feel fucking amazing. Never in this point of the game do you ever see a fighting background like that. But yes, this song is pure determination injected into a melody. You can feel the hype and intensity from it, which of course signals the fact that you're at the very end of the game and nothing can really stop you. Not even the god of hyperdeath can. Hey Sans, bring me the next song on the list. Final Fantasy 15 is one of those games I either loved or disliked. For me, that I got to beat the entire game, watch both the anime and the movie, completed all DLCs, and got all achievements, I got to say that I liked it. Not to say that it was perfect, but it was indeed a good game to play and experience. The characters in this game were indeed the best part of the adventure. Noctis, the main protagonist of the game, is tasked to marry Lady Lunafreya to solve a political conflict between the two cities of the game. With him, there's Gladiolus, the shield of the king and utmost protector of Noctis. Prompto, Noctis' best friend since childhood and photographer. And then there's Ignis, servant of the Crown Guard and Noctis' close childhood friend. There you have the 4 main characters of the game. But I like to highlight one of them to you in this list. Back when you first play the game, Ignis is usually seen as the most unspoken character in the game. You really only know him for being the most put together character out of the 4. He is methodical, calculated, and ready to do what it takes to bring clarity to a situation.
Hey, Iggy, can your glasses take the heat?
Well, I don't see why they shouldn't.
Even if they couldn't, he'd still be alright.
Yeah, Iggy's eyes ain't that bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my vision is passable without corrective lenses.
Then why not take them off sometimes?
Well, you don't get it, huh?
Ignis likes his world to be crystal clear.
Indeed, I've never been one for ambiguity.
Ah, I think I'm getting the picture now.
One thing that is clear though is that he can go to extremes when it comes to protecting Noctis, as seen during the half part of the story. When playing through the middle part of the base game, the group goes to meet Lunafreya in the city of Altissia, to finally go on and solve the political unrest happening between the two cities. But unfortunately, as the whole group gets there, they're surprised to find an unconscious and mortally wounded Lunafreya, who is stabbed by Ardyn, the main antagonist of the game. At this point, Noctis gets knocked out by Leviathan, one of the 6 gods that Lunafreya herself awakened to support Noctis in achieving the true prophecy of being the true king. Ardyn, seeing this, goes ahead and tries to kill unconscious Noctis, but is stopped by Ravus, Lunafreya's brother, moments before this happens. The single action alone is what gives Ignis time to attack, and do the courageous act of putting on the Ring of Lucii. The two have a fight that ultimately ends up saving Noctis during the time being, but leaves Ignis blind due to him putting on the Ring of Lucii. After this point, the story shifts focus from the first goal, which was to marry Luna, and now goes to, hey, I need to kill this guy who just killed my future wife to become true king. And that is pretty much what happens after. Aside from the fact that, Noctis himself sacrifices his life to purge Ardyn, and ends up leaving his friends and leaving the kingdom of Lucis without a living king. It is a very sad ending, one that leaves you both empty and saddened, wishing there could be an alternative solution. But there sure is. If you are to have episode Ignis DLC installed in your game, and have completed the DLC at least once, you're able to play an alternate version of the game's ending, in which instead of fighting Arden there in Altissia, Ignis changes the course of history and decides to play along with Arden, and gets to be at close with the crystal that was supposed to help Noctis prepare for Arden, and uses a ring of Lucii there to truly awaken the power of the ring, and once and for all defeat and weaken Arden himself, saving Noctis from having to sacrifice himself later on during the base game's ending.
This world means nothing to me. Do with it as you wish.
How did you get your hands on that?
But I refuse to let Noct sacrifice his life to save ours. I won't let you take him away. Even if it costs my own life to save him. I will pay that price!
Take care not to hurt yourself.
This scene alone is what, to me, prompts one of the most legendary moments seen in video game history. But wait, it gets even crazier after this. Oh yeah, I think I forgot. Here's the song. Okay, whoever was playing that violin at the beginning is fucking amazing. But yes, this song is the absolute best. In my eyes, this song is a melodic embodiment of Ignis' bond with Noctis and how he was willing to give his life to save him. You can feel the desperation, the frantic desire to abolish Arden with the passion in the chorus. And god, that violin just keeps on going. Remember when I said that Ignis was the most unspoken character in the game? Well, just look at what he has done. He took it upon himself to wield what was only possible for those with royal blood, and he did it with pure style just to protect Noctis. This whole entire alternate ending really does make you see Ignis as not just the guy who cooks the meals for the party in the game, but rather it makes you see him as who he truly is, a brother to Noctis.
The best laid plans, eh? It may have eluded me for now, but rest assured, I shall have my revenge.
Ignis!
So, after listening to the aforementioned songs, you might be thinking to yourself, what else could top or be as epic as all of the other songs? Well, I got the answer for that right here. Damn, is that epic. I discovered Ace Combat thanks to this song, and boy am I happy of that. I remember going on YouTube and looking for video game soundtracks, and then finding this song and just getting completely surprised by the incredible chorus during the intro. I was taken by how virtuous the music was for a video game. Just the fact that I knew the song was going to play at some part of the game, it really made me want to play it. I mean, that intro is absolute nuts. The overall combination of the electronic drums with the angelical chorus laid on top of it just made me feel astonished as I watched how the final mission was being presented to me. I've honestly never had a song hype me up so much like that before going to a final boss, and even more so for what is a combat flight simulator game. I was never a fan or merely interested in combat flight simulator games prior to playing Ace Combat 4, but damn did this game open my eyes. The game to me is personally a wonder, an undervalued gem really, and it's a surprise for me to know that not a lot of people know about this game when it should be the other way around. The story for this game basically sees you as this sort of novice pilot named Mobius 1, tasked by ISAF, your allies, to go on many different missions and fight against the Russian Republic, which are the antagonists of the game. And as the game goes on, you go from being a total nobody to becoming this legendary pilot who was able to take on the Russian army. So, you can imagine how awesome this game makes you feel when you, Mobius 1, happen to pretty much carry everyone to victory and end the war. And not just that, but the game also has an amazing way of telling this story. As you progress through the missions, you get to see the conflict and the story through a third-person narrator who talks about his experiences of the war when he was a child, and how he got to know a group of pilots from the Russian Republic that went by the name of Yellow Squadron when he found himself alone during the war. This addition really does add spice to the game, and of course the story. Not only are you playing the game from the eyes of Mobius 1, but you also see the perspective of how your mission objectives and everything you do affects this child in the Yellow Squadron. Gameplay wise, this game is of course a combat flight simulator game. It is quite different, and if you haven't played flight games before, then it will definitely be a change. But it is definitely a welcoming one. It feels more like an arcade style flight simulator than anything else. It really is easy to pick up and very easy to get addicted as well. And to top it all off, each and every mission of the game has its own theme song, and each and every one of them is easy and great and fucking amazing to listen. So, if you want to play a flight simulator game with a good story and a fantastic soundtrack, then Ace Combat is for you to try. But enough of that, let me tell you about the song and the events that surround it. This song is heard during the final mission of the game, one that sees you basically saving the entire world in which the game takes place. During the mission briefing, you're told that some young Russians took control of Megalith, a weapon of mass destruction made in secret by the Russians that is capable of shooting down asteroids in retaliation for defeating them in the war. Their full intentions being to cause considerable damage to the entire continent of Fuchsia. And Mobius 1's final objective is to destroy it and stop the utter destruction of the Fuchsian continent, signaling the beginning of the reconstruction of Fuchsia and the creation of a new Russian government. The song even holds a very symbolical meaning for all of this, as it uses lyrics taken from religious books and hymns. The very own title for this song, when translated from Latin to English, is Lamb of God, and the lyrics of the song indicate that too. So when all of it is connected, you could say that Mobius 1 represents the lamb, and the megalith in turn represents all of the sins that the Erusians have accounted for. And in some symbolic or religious way, the destruction of the megalith by Mobius 1 represents the liberation of the Erusians from their sin. Such a miraculous theme for what is to me a great allegory for one of the best endings in a video game. As I mentioned earlier, this song is what got me to play this game in the first place and experience its story. When a song has the power to communicate such meaningful themes and make me want to experience an entire series, then that right there is an incredible song to me. That's all I have to say. Hey guys, it's me. I just wanted to say thank you for watching my video. You know, it means a lot to me since I've been working on this video for a while. I've been working on it for like months, but you know, it took a while for me because I'm pretty lazy, so. But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for that, and I would also like to say thank you to a bunch of people who helped me make this video. One of those people being my friend Roger, who helped me draw my character and use it in this video, and I'm probably gonna be using his stills for most of my videos. So he has not only helped this video but my channel as well, so thank you. Here's his Twitter handle if you want to follow him. And I will also like to say thanks to Chapter 6, who helped me get the footage for Ace Combat 4. He had some amazing footage, so that's why I wanted to use it. But other than that, that's pretty much it. If you like my content, subscribe for more, and I'll definitely be working on more videos and uploading more often, because I haven't been uploading just because of this video. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.